So I just wanted to make a video on this because it occurred to me that we have a lot of new faces here on the channel, and for anyone who wasn't sure what my take on the whole AI thing was, I just wanted to make it perfectly clear and transparent with you guys, so going forward, you guys understand why I keep trying out these new technologies. So, like most things in life, surprise surprise, I don't believe AI is a simple black and white topic. I don't think it's the silver bullet solution to everything that some people are saying it is, but I also don't think it's the evil slop that is both simultaneously not good enough to take seriously, but also so good that it's gonna steal all your jobs. Like, the reality is, it's probably just somewhere in the middle, you know? Kinda like how you can use a hammer to build a beautiful house, or you could use a hammer to commit a crime. I think AI is much the same way. It can be used to create awesome stuff, and it can be used irresponsibly. It's not a good or a bad thing, it's just a force multiplier for whoever is behind it. And I don't actually have any particular feelings towards AI either. Like, I care about AI about as much as I care about my pliers. You know, it's cool and all, and it's really useful in certain cases, but I will not hesitate to dump it for anything that comes along that does the same job in less time for a more affordable price. Likewise, 20 years from now, when we have technology like some kind of advanced neural link that can just instantly take an image from my brain and plop it onto the screen, you can 100% bet your ass that I would dump AI for that in a heartbeat. And of course, there's gonna be those people who say stuff like, man, you're not a real creator because you didn't even train your own AI database. And my response will be the same as it is now, which is, I don't want to spend my time training. I'd rather spend my time getting shit done. And that's literally it. My philosophy has always been use the best tool for the job. Whatever that is, that's what I use and that's what I adopt. Because for me, the most important resource I have is my time. Now, I know that some artists are in it for the journey. You know, they want to spend their whole year sketching things on paper with pencil. For them, it's not really about what they're drawing, they just want to draw. Or like the people who just like to write stuff down the old-fashioned way with pen and ink, even though today we have keyboards. Like, for those kind of people who think the point of art is to just spend as much time and effort getting lost in the process, sure, I can see why those people wouldn't want to use AI, and I respect that decision. But for other artists like me, the journey is just a chore in the way of what I really want, which is the destination. I truly just make art for the art itself. I never wanted to be a 3D modeler, but I had to in order to get my characters into a 3D game. And likewise, I know many artists who hated learning to draw, and they only did so because they wanted to see their characters on paper in a manga panel, and they had no money to pay others to do it for them. So for me, the fun part of art is coming up with an idea and getting it into a game to see it kicking ass in real time. That's what I enjoy. That moment where the character goes from an idea in my head to a fully functioning player-controlled asset. Or the moment that I deliver work to a client and I see the smile on their face and hear the words, yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. Thank you. That is where I get my fulfillment, not from the process. Like, for me, as long as the customer is happy, then I'm happy. And I'm not saying that's right, but what I am saying is that people who do art for the journey and people who do art for the destination are simply operating on different reasons. And that's important to acknowledge. And regardless of how I feel one way or the other, I do think that AI tools being open and available for everyone is very important for a reason that I don't see a lot of people talk about. And that is, it gives people the freedom to generate their own entertainment. Entertainment that shares their values of what they want. And I think that's important because up to this point, we were all basically at the mercy of whatever entertainment some giant corporation decided we should have. And that was fine when their goal was to create the best product they could that they thought we, the consumer, wanted to see or play. But that's not really how things are anymore. Like today, I don't think most companies share the values of most of their viewers or their players anymore. And if anything, it feels like most companies now see the consumer as the problem. Instead of working with and catering to the customer, now they're just straight up fighting the customer. But AI changes that equation entirely. See, now if a giant corporation decides to serve you a movie or a game where it feels like they want to convince you to believe shit like good is bad and ugly is beautiful and reality is subjective. Before, you just had to take it because nobody else was making movies or games. But now the customer has the ability to say, "F you, corporation. You're full of shit. Watch me generate something better that actually resonates with the average person." That is an option now. So now, if companies don't make good movies, the average Joe on his lunch break could probably make a better one, and he can post it online, and if it's good, it'll get shared with others who enjoy it like in the good old days. Or now, if companies give us stupid characters, then we, the customer, can clap back and be like, hey, I think you made a mistake here. Let me fix it for you. That is why I think it's important for us to stay on top of the new tech that's coming out and learn to use it. The more people we have creating stuff they love, whether they are artists or not, then overall I think the world will be a better place. Entertainment will no longer be something that a few giant corporations monopolize. Instead, it's going to become a lot more personal. And I, for one, am excited about that. Because I think that we, the consumer, have the right to create what we want to see when the people who are supposed to create it for us don't do their job. So that's my take on the subject, and that's the reason why here on the channel we cover both traditional art fundamentals and new tools and technology that help us create it faster. Personally, I've had a lot of fun taking all the 3D characters I've created over the last 20 years and feeding them into an AI and training a model. It helps me reimagine them in ways that I could have never done before. Having my characters in a manga or something is something I've always wanted to do but just never had the time to realize. And it looks like in 2025, we might actually be really close to being able to turn 3D characters into a legit 2D anime fight scene. So personally, as an artist, I'm just excited, and I hope you are too. And if you're not, that's totally fine, and I respect your opinion. I just hope you respect mine, and we can all get along. But regardless, at least now hopefully you know exactly where I stand on this and why. So it's going to be a crazy ride, but I'm also excited to try and figure it out. Till then, as always, hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you around.